Chapter 1: Early Life and Background. Bill Vincent was born in 1973 in the small close-knit town of Greenville, Illinois. Nestled in the heart of the Midwest, Greenville was a place where everyone knew their neighbors, and life moved at a slower, more deliberate pace. To outsiders, the town might have seemed charming, with its tree-lined streets, quaint downtown, and strong sense of community. But for Bill, Greenville was a place of both refuge and struggle, a backdrop to a childhood marked by hardship, resilience, and ultimately, divine intervention. A childhood of hardship. Bill's early years were shaped by loss and instability. His father passed away when Bill was just 6 years old, leaving a void in the family that was difficult to fill. The death of his father was a devastating blow, not only emotionally, but also financially. His mother, who had struggled with mental health issues since contracting rheumatic fever at 16, found herself overwhelmed by the responsibilities of single parenthood. Her struggles with depression and anxiety made it increasingly difficult for her to provide the stability and support that Bill and his older brother Alan desperately needed. The stress of single parenthood led to a series of poor decisions, including allowing abusive individuals into their lives. These individuals brought chaos and fear into the Vincent household, turning what should have been a safe haven into a place of danger and uncertainty. Bill's childhood became a daily battle for survival, both emotionally and physically. The abuse he endured left deep scars, but it also planted the seeds of resilience that would later define his character. The challenges Bill faced weren't confined to his home. At school, he was often targeted by peers who sensed his vulnerability. The combination of a broken home and social exclusion made his early years deeply isolating. He struggled to fit in, often feeling like an outsider looking in. Yet amidst the chaos, Bill found solace in an unexpected place: the church. The church as a sanctuary. Bill's mother, despite her struggles, ensured that her children attended church regularly. For Bill, the church became more than a place of worship. It was a sanctuary, a refuge from the turmoil of his home life. The sense of community he found there provided him with a much-needed sense of belonging and hope. The lessons and values imparted during Sunday services became the bedrock of his faith, nurturing a spiritual resilience that would carry him through the darkest times. The church also introduced Bill to the concept of a loving, forgiving God, a stark contrast to the harsh realities he faced at home. This understanding of God's love and grace became a cornerstone of his faith, offering him a sense of purpose and direction even when his circumstances seemed hopeless. Key figures in Bill's life. Throughout his childhood, several key individuals stepped into Bill's life, offering him the stability and support he desperately needed. Among them was Aunt Virginia, his mother's sister, who took Bill into her home when his mother was hospitalized. Aunt Virginia and her children provided a loving and stable environment, offering Bill a second home where he felt cared for and valued. Another pivotal figure was William Billiter, the sheriff of Bond County. When Bill was 12, Sheriff Billiter offered him a place at the sheriff's department through the Lincoln Land Program. This opportunity not only kept Bill out of the foster care system, but also exposed him to a structured and supportive environment. The staff at the sheriff's department became a surrogate family, taking him to picnics and parks, creating positive memories that contrasted sharply with the chaos of his home life. Church camp also played a significant role in Bill's life. The sense of community and belonging he found there was a stark contrast to the instability of his home. The friendships he formed and the lessons he learned during those summers were invaluable. Coaches and sports mentors also stepped in, inviting Bill to dinners and activities, offering him stability and encouragement. These mentors saw potential in Bill that he himself was just beginning to recognize, and their belief in him gave him the confidence to pursue his dreams. A brother's protection. Bill's older brother Alan was another essential figure in his life. Alan often stepped in to protect Bill from further abuse, even from their own mother. Alan's bravery and selflessness provided Bill with a sense of safety and security that was often missing from their home. He was not just a brother, but a protector, and his actions left a lasting impression on Bill. Alan's presence was a reminder that even in the darkest times, there were people who cared deeply for him. A spiritual awakening. From a young age, Bill felt a calling to ministry, a sense reinforced by a prophetic word played repeatedly by his mother. This early sense of purpose, though not fully understood at the time, remained with him throughout his life. At 17, Bill experienced a true spiritual awakening, leading him to hear God's voice and see visions. This profound experience propelled him into full-time ministry within a year of his salvation. The role of faith in healing. One of the most profound moments in Bill's early life occurred during a particularly dark period. After a severe episode of abuse, Bill found himself sitting alone in his room, feeling utterly broken. It was in that moment of despair that he experienced what he describes as a divine encounter. He felt an overwhelming sense of peace and heard a voice telling him that he was loved and that his life had a greater purpose. This experience marked the beginning of Bill's spiritual awakening and set him on a path toward healing and ministry. A complex relationship with his mother. Bill's relationship with his mother remained complex throughout his life. While he harbored feelings of resentment and hurt, he also recognized that she was a product of her own struggles and limitations. Over time, Bill learned to forgive her, understanding that forgiveness was not just about absolving her of her actions, but about freeing himself from the burden of anger and bitterness. This act of forgiveness was a crucial step in Bill's journey toward emotional and spiritual healing. A calling to ministry. As Bill grew older, he began to take an active role in his church community. He joined the church, participated in youth groups, and eventually started leading Bible studies. These activities not only deepened his faith, but also helped him develop leadership skills that would prove invaluable in his future ministry. The church became a place where Bill could not only receive support, but also give back, creating a sense of purpose and fulfillment. By the time he reached his late teens, Bill's faith had taken on a more tangible form. He started attending revival meetings and prayer gatherings, where he witnessed firsthand the power of faith and the Holy Spirit. These experiences were transformative, reinforcing his belief in God's presence and power. It was during one of these revivals that Bill felt a clear calling to enter full-time ministry. He knew that his purpose was to share the message of God's love and healing with others, particularly those who had experienced similar hardships. The power of community. Bill's journey was not one he walked alone. The support of his church community, mentors and family played a crucial role in shaping his path. These relationships taught him the importance of community and the power of collective faith. They also instilled in him a deep sense of gratitude, which he carried with him into his ministry. A foundation for ministry. Bill's early years were not just a series of hardships, they were also a time of discovery and growth. Despite the abuse and instability, Bill developed a keen sense of empathy and a deep understanding of human suffering. These qualities would later become the foundation of his ministry, allowing him to connect with people from all walks of life. His ability to relate to others' pain and offer hope in the midst of despair is a testament to the resilience he cultivated during his formative years. As Bill reflects on his journey, he is grateful for the challenges that shaped him and the people who supported him. Each experience, no matter how difficult, played a role in preparing him for his ministry and his mission to spread the message of God's love and healing. His story is one of redemption and transformation, and it serves as an inspiration to all who hear it. Looking ahead. Bill's early life was a tapestry of pain, faith, and resilience. It was a journey marked by loss but also by hope, by despair but also by divine encounters. These experiences laid the groundwork for his future ministry, equipping him with the tools he would need to guide others through their own struggles. As he stepped into adulthood, Bill carried with him the lessons of his past and the unwavering belief that God had a plan for his life. This foundation of faith and resilience would prove essential as Bill faced new challenges and opportunities in the years to come. His story is a testament to the power of faith, the importance of community, and the transformative nature of God's love. It is a story that continues to inspire and uplift, reminding us all that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope.